After Leyte Gulf, they sent this ship back to San Francisco. One of the propeller shafts had been damaged in a hurricane, and they'd had trouble with it before. So they had to go back to stateside to get it fixed. So they came back here. While they were fixing that, they did things like they enclosed the captain's level of the armored carrying tower. You walk right through that. You go up to the 04 level. You step through a door, and there's this big sight that says 04 level. The stuff you're walking on is what they put on in March of 1945. And they redid the camouflage scheme and some other stuff. Then they sent it back into combat. But Okinawa, Okinawa. Okinawa wasn't tough enough to crack. Once they got that pacified, the only thing left in the war is the Japanese mainland. Well, the Japanese hadn't surrendered yet, so they shelled Kyushu for a while. Then they went 900 nautical miles up north and shelled Hokkaido. On September 2nd, 1945, the Japanese surrendered. They had enough. Well, complete intelligence told us of a bunch of people they rescued the Japanese and needed medical attention and went home. Turns out there were about 1,950 of them, something like that. About half of them came aboard this ship. A lot of them were prisoners of war and they had to be carried aboard this ship. So, the sailors would get into the bunks for them and sleeping on the decks. This right here is normally where the officers eat their meals. Nice linen, bright china, galley cook the food. They're doing surgeries on these tables. It's a triage area. That half dome on the other side of the bookcase, that's an autoclave that sterilized surgical instruments. Run by steam from boiler rooms. You plan on getting casualties, don't usually get them after the war, but they have to take care of them, so they did. Okay, loaded everybody aboard the ship, they headed off for home. It took about 9 days to get to Seattle. They were going pretty fast, that's coming a ways. They dispersed the people who needed medical attention and right home. Went down to Long Beach for a few months, they did some training exercises. They probably swapped out a fair share of the crew. Then they were ordered back to Japan to be part of the occupation fleet. Now that sounds a lot more ominous than it is. They were doing humanitarian work. Any man-made or natural disaster, you'd have to have drinking water and electricity. Well, this ship can generate 100,000 gallons of chemically pure water a day. Most of it's for the boilers, but that would see when you're out on doing operations and stuff, most of that water does go to the boilers. But they were tied to the pier. There were 4 boiler rooms, 2 boilers each. There's probably only one of those boiler rooms was active. Now that water is so chemically pure, they have to add minerals to it before they can drink it very long. That's what the sailors really see, so they know how to do that. Electricity, each boiler room is tied to an engine room. Each engine room has 2 steam-powered generators of megawatt and a quarter each, so they can give power to the land, and that's what they needed to run the ship, which wasn't all that much.